Alright, I'm going to attempt to start this. Turn this water off. And if it stays in gear, and it's going on the boat, the boat's going in the water the next couple of days as soon as I get it cleaned up. If it don't stay in gear, I'm back to the drawing board. And I don't have a pull, the battery, so I got to pull start it. Boy, this thing fills up fast. And choke. Man, what happened to this thing? Wow, fuel is just pouring out the car. That's a good thing. I'm sitting at an angle like this, which isn't good. This thing needs to be level. It's all coming this way. I don't blow up the neighborhood. Yes, stayed in gear. Damn thing is loud back there between the fence and the RV. It's probably not as loud on the other side, but it's loud right there. So it worked. It stayed in gear, revved it up, blew the water out. Didn't pop out of gear. It's going on the little boat. Do a quick cleanup on it. Get it in there. I made a deal with the manager, Miss Juanita. I said, let me use this boat slip for a week. She's like, oh yeah, go ahead, you can use it for a week. I said, sweet, man. So I told her she wanted me to put some shades up. I said, you don't have to pay me for the shades. I'll do that for you for letting me leave it in here. The guy that lives down the end, Roger, he's got a boat. It looks just like mine. Same style, old school aluminum. Same thing. His still got all the seats and all that crap in there. It's got a Mercury on it. Well, that's his slip, but he doesn't usually go into the slip for a while, so I got time. It should take me more than a week to get that thing on there. It's straightened out. Bing, bang, boom. I will say that's one of the sweetest sounds you ever want to hear, baby. Alright, I'm excited. Very excited. Blah, 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 blah. Alright. It's this old outboard. 1971 20 horse John Stone. And you see on that brick, that's how much it's leaked over, I don't know, 3-4 days now since I put this gear case on. And then I went nuts trying to find the original spring. It's in there somewhere. So I just took that one off a parts motor. And then I found this gear case buried and everything. I just cracked a screw on it. Look at that oil, baby. Look nice and clean. So I'm going to do another swap. This is the same color. It's not broken off down here like the other one. And it had leaked water. I knew from the beginning that it had a leak. And it was in the shift shaft seal. And I didn't do anything to it. I said, let me get this thing running before I do anything. But I'm going to swap this one out with that blue one. It should be good to go. Alright, so this is kind of cool. I just topped it off. And I went through the top here. threw a little bit on the seal here and this seal here on the shift shaft. So pull this out again, put it back in, and then you see the shift shaft go up and down. That's because it's all Loctite. It's air. Then if I push this down and let go, boing, it pops back up because the seal is tight. Pretty cool. Look, push it all the way down. Hear it squirt through. So it should be pretty good to go. Just a quickie little kind of demo testo. I gotta take this prop and see where it's all bent up. Go smack it a little bit, straighten it out. So I tapped them out, but I just want to check something real quick. See where this one is. One of them looks a little high. 1 3/4. Just a hair over 1 3/4. Oh, well, stay down here. That's close enough. It's a little over. One and 3/4. I thought one looked a little high. Let's see what we got back here. It's just under 2 1/4 from my angle. A hair. That's looks like 2 1/4 from my angle. This one looks high. 2 1/4. So it's pretty good. You know, you can take one of these. I've got to do it to the one that I cut. Remember, I cut that's the one that I'm using on my boat. The one I cut. But you take these things and you put them on your trailer hitch ball. You heat them up and you can bang a little cupping in there. Might be fun to do on one of these little props. And normally I'll take the grinder and buzz the edges, you know, sharpen them up, clean it up real nice. And I don't use a grinding disc. I use the metal cutting disc because you get a finer, nice finer cut on it, you know. Just comes out a lot cleaner than the old grinding disc. But I ain't gonna worry about it on this one. And I got a new switch for the starter. It's not what I wanted, but it'll work. That's why this thing was loud when it fired up the other day, because this door was off. Or what is a word for it? Not door, not window, not hatch, access panel, something like that. That's why it was loud, but I tell you what, man, this frickin' thing sounded like $1,000,000. It was music to my ears. It started so nice because it's tuned up. As hard as this thing is to pull, and plus it didn't look that hard that day, it's already breaking in a little bit. So that's pretty much it then on this thing. And I don't think I've ever had a motor go, what is this, number 17, episode 17? But it's, you know, it's not like I'm putting in 8 hours a day on it, a few hours here, a few hours there. Monetarily speaking, I got nothing into it. A few new gaskets. You know, I haven't spent any money on the damn thing. So it's all just time, which I have nothing but time. And it's all about the passion, man. You got a passion. You want to call it a hobby, whatever you want to call it. You know, time doesn't make a bit of difference. Doesn't make a bit of difference. It's not about what this thing is worth. It's about what you're worth, what you did. Look what I did. You know, what makes you feel good. Took this total POS. She's up and running. And I think it's going to be fine. We'll find out. I'll get this boat cleaned up today. Right now, it is Super Bowl Sunday. So I also want to get my grill cleaned up. My little grill that Candace and Tracy left behind. You know how much these freaking little Webers are? They're not cheap. So thank you. So I'm going to get that thing finished cleaning it up. I started on it one day. Oh, I just got to put the trimmy tabbies on. So I'm thinking, yeah, let's see. I want to go along this line, the straighter line, like this. That's just my pilot hole, and like I said, I did miss the wood. And it's right on the edge of the frickin' wood. Which means, let me stick something through there and see where it's at. Because if I'm, you know, if I can't get the frickin' nut on there, it's gonna be tight. Let me get a couple of those screws and see how they go, if I can get a nut on them and all that jazz. So I drilled it out like that, and then I took this rasp and rasped it out. I think I'm good. Find out in a minute. Let's see what we got. Alright. So this is just a test. I think it's going to be fine. If this freaking bit don't screw up my stainless screws. I think it's going to be fine. Yeah, should be good. Alright, so they're on. What a pain in the butt. This side, the wood was a little lower on this side. So I was hitting right on the edge inside on the wood, you know, where this was right below the wood. And I did my damnedest to get them even. And I mean to tell you, that wood, as hard as a rock. You know, I had to clean it all out and everything. And then there was some water left in there. It got in the mix. So I cleaned everything out and moved this up in the sun so it could dry out. I'm just going to let it dry and I'll glue it all up tomorrow. But I think they're pretty good. It should work for this thing. I hope. So there they are, all attached and total pain in the butt. It's lathered all up with the Loctite Marine. Good, baby. It's solid too. So if you got porpoising problems, this is a, you know, quick alternative. I got a hose put on my Bilgy Pumpy heavy duty hose instead of a little plastic piece of junk. Is she ready to go? Just gotta finish quick cleanup. Woohoo!
Oh yeah, baby.